on this side. That's what they want us to do. So let's respect the police. Let's just be on this side.
You're not safe.
We're not safe.
We move New York.
Who moved New York? We moved New York. Who moved New York? We moved New York. Who moved New York? We moved New York. Who moved New York?
We move New York.
If you're not safe, we're not safe. If you're not safe, we're not safe. If you're not safe,
We don't need to come on.
if you're not what?
Safe.
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 If you're not what? Safe. If you're not what? Safe.
Into the one. Into the one. Into the one. If you're not safe, you're not safe. If we're not safe, you're not safe. If we're not safe, you're not safe. Who moved New York?
We move New York.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
Into the one.
Into the all.
Into the one.
Into the all.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
Into the one.
It's an injury to all.
Into the one.
It's an injury to all.
Who moved New York?
We move New
Who
York.
moved New York?
We move New York.
Into the one.
We move New York.
Into the one.
We move New York.
How do you want to go home?
We move New York.
How do you want to go home? How do you want to go home?
Safely.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
When do you want to go home?
Now.
How do you go home?
Safely.
When do you want to go home?
Now.
How do you go home?
Safely.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
How do you move New York?
Guys, clear the sidewalk, please, so people can walk. Thank
Who
you.
put all
How do
these
you move New
barricades
York?
in the way of the
Who
sidewalk?
moved
It
New
wasn't
York?
us.
Who
It
moved New
wasn't
York?
us.
How do you move New York?
Yeah, well, now you have a obstruction because you're making us move off public property. You cross certain.
How do you move New York?
You put barricades on the street.
You move New York? How do you move New York? How do you want to go home?
Safely.
How do you want to go home? How do you want to go home? Who moved New York?
We move New York.
How do you want to go
That's not how
home?
the barricade works.
How does it work? Tell me.
I can stay wherever I want.
Who moved New York?
So what?
Who moved New York?
I'm not blocking the side.
You're standing on that side, I'm standing on this side.
So who's blocking you?
You were blocking the sidewalk.
Who am I blocking?
Who put up these barricades?
We did.
Okay, you're blocking the sidewalk. Deal with that.
Okay, come on. This is how you normally speak.
No.
Let him. I spoke to him because
We move New York. We move New York.
How do you want to go home? How do you want to go home? How do you want to go home?
Can I? Are you?
I can. How do you do it?
We move New York. We move New York.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
Who moved New York?
We move New York. We move New York. We move New York. We move New York.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
Into the one.
It's entry door.
Into the one.
It's entry door. It's entry door. It's entry door. We move New York.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
How do you come to work?
Safely. Safely.
Who moved New York?
We move New York.
How do you want to go home?
Safely.
How do you come to work?
Safely.
Who moved New York?
We move New York. Entry door. We move New York. We move New York. We can stay here.
Work?
Safely.
How do you want to go home? This is a great showing of solidarity between workers and riders. Thank you all for coming out so that we can send a message loud and clear to the governor. On Tuesday, we put out a press release to the governor in solidarity with Passengers United, calling for a temporary fix of the deployment of the National Guard into the subway system because this is a city under siege. The mayor has no control over the city, and it's about time that he stops playing politics and admits what is going on here. We need an immediate restoration of the 4,000 transit police that were merged during the Giuliani era. This city is back to the same type of crime, and not only the crime, but we have a mental health crisis. We have a mental health crisis. It is time that they reopen all of the mental health facilities they closed. It's time for them to bring back the funding to the mental health facilities and do something about the people who are mentally disturbed. We know that during the pandemic, there became more, the mentally disturbed became more in number. And there has been nothing done to deal with that situation. Not to mention the housing policies that have thousands and thousands of, if not millions, of people in New York living in the shelter system, or if they don't want to live in the shelter system, they go into the subway and they take refuge. They're living in the subway. The guy who slashed the conductor, Austin Scott, he lives in the Rockaway Avenue subway station. This past Saturday, the police were looking for him in the subway tunnels, in the crevices, because that's where the homeless and the mentally disturbed take refuge. It's time that the governor steps in, which she has. We commend her for overstepping the authority of the mayor and taking the city under control, like the NTSB did over the subway system, due to the fact of the derailments and all the other unsafe conditions. We're also calling for the immediate firing or resignation of Richard Davey, who is the president of the NTA. He cannot control the system. The mismanagement is gross. The fact that the NTSB had to chastise him in public about saying and blaming workers over the fact that he is mismanaging the system. To cut service, to cut costs, they flooded the system with contractors who do not follow the safety protocols as we do. And all of these things that have happened, which is union busting, right? And blame it on the workers who have been taken out of their jobs, and these jobs have been given to contracted workers who do not have the proper training to do the services. And we have the workforce available to do the work. So we know that Richard Davey does not understand the system. We know that he needs to be fired immediately. He also released a statement on the day of, saying that transit workers did a job action when they did not do a job action. They requested what is called the Safety Dispute Resolution Form. Whenever conditions are unsafe, you request a safety dispute resolution form from your direct supervisor or manager, okay? To ensure that before you go out to perform your job duties, you're gonna make it home to your family. You won't be maimed or injured in any kind of way. It's safety over service, not service over safety. This is the first rule of labor. This is a labor state, this is a labor town, and you're gonna respect it. And we want Richie Davey gone. It's an embarrassment to the governor. Who's Richard Davey is the president of the MTA. It's an embarrassment to the governor that he has totally dropped the ball in so many areas. Our workers could have been hurt on the day of the incident when he was stabbed because of his irresponsible comments that he put out there saying that there was a crew shortage. There was no crew shortage. Everybody was at work. The issue was that we were not safe. And we're not going to continue to allow this to happen.
And what did Local 100 say in the New York Times? What did they say in the New York Times? This will never happen again.
He also quoted the president of the union as saying this will never happen again. but it will always happen
That's
again.
right.
This is the
Shut it
ranking.
down.
This is the rank and file.
The next day.
This is the rank and file of New York City Transit that is out here. We have no confidence in our union. They have been selling out. They gave back our medical benefits for our retiree medical. They've given up New York State paid family leave. They continue to sell us down the river. For what, we don't know what they're getting for it, but we know that we're losing on this side. Right. And so we have broken with our union and come out and spoke for ourselves. We will use safety dispute resolution forms. It's a contractual agreement. It's a part of the policy of the MTA, and we will follow our rules that keep us alive to make it home to our families. Enough is enough.
What are you looking for the governor to do?
Safety
We're
over
looking.
service.
We're looking.
Safety over service.
Safety over service.
1 second.
Safety over service.
We're looking for the governor. We're looking for the governor to reinstate the transit police. She has the direct authority to do so. If she does not bring back the transit police, we will not re-elect her for governor of New York State. We are organized and we are prepared. Okay, this is enough is enough. Nobody should have to come to work and suffer 34 stitches and ask, is there medical? If there was not a doctor on that train, we would be talking about a murder. He would have bled to death. Okay, so if she does this, she knows, she sees what's happening. The National Guard is a temporary fix. That was a temporary fix. Now we're asking her to use all of her powers to take Mayor Adams under control and block him and reinstate the transit police.
Have you noticed a difference in safety since this past week when they implemented more law enforcement and National Guard?
No, people are still getting injured because they're not deploying the police and using them the best way they can, which is to ride on the trains. We have 450 stations. There should be officers at all 450 terminals. Okay, they have the ability to do so. And until they deal with all of these issues, okay, we have to work there. The public has to ride, and they have a duty to make sure that we get home safe. And that we're safe.
Consequences for assault.
The MTA police, they do the Long Island Railroad and Metro North.
So you're asking for them to be like close to the city?
Yes, they can if they want to bring the MTA police and put them in the subway. We don't care what police there are. We just want to make sure that it's a designated patrol that is committed to the subway system.
I just want to make sure I understand. So you're saying transit police, that's NYPD, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so two different.
It was until they merged them.
And wouldn't they have to hire thousands more officers? They don't have
They
these
have the
officers.
money.
Do they?
They're not broke. She just paid look at all the money she just paid into a private venture for a stadium.
Do you fear that it may be not about money but about hiring? That they can't get people?
Say that again?
Do you fear that it could just be a hiring issue, not a money issue?
No, it's not a hiring issue. Listen, they have a whole
The
bunch
NYPD has a shortage.
The NYPD has a listen, the issue is that when they start making decisions, instead of coming to the constituents and speaking to the people who know how to give them the answers, because we're the ones that do the work. We're the ones who organize for their campaigns. We're the ones who give them all the answers to everything else, okay? But when they want to hide dollars or make deals with their friends, they know how to run away from us. But we're also calling for Governor Hochul to have a town hall with the residents of this state, of this city to deal with the issues at hand. Housing, mental health issues, and safety are the three pressing issues plaguing us right now. And the fact that the mayor was able to find $53 million to give to migrants. But the taxpayers that live here, we can't get an apartment. We can't live here. We gotta be transit refugees. We gotta live in Pennsylvania, Delaware, and everywhere else because we don't have access. So what we're saying is they have to begin to take our tax dollars and use it to the people that live here.
So the mayor keeps talking about the 38 people who were responsible for 1,200 crimes on MTA workers last year. Do you see recidivism as a problem, and what would you be asking the state to do about that?
I don't think it's really recidivism as a problem. It's the fact that DA Braggs, just the other day when one of our members were assaulted, is only asking for 2 to 5 years, right, as a sentence. We need them to prosecute when they need to prosecute. If somebody is guilty of a crime and they've been continuing to commit a crime. Okay, that has nothing to do with bail reform. That has everything to do with our DA not prosecuting, right? When he wanted to go after Donald Trump because it was high profile. Why you can't go after the people who are committing the crimes because you're not going to get the press coverage?
I guess it's the judges. They're the ones who are setting the bail provisions and setting the sentences. So not really the DA.
But it's what the DA is asking for, though. He's not asking for anything heavy.
You should be asking for 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. Minimum.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people here that have had injuries.
So, hi guys. So I'm the president of Passengers United. Is the microphone on? I'm so proud of all the transit workers that are here today. Our subway system right now is in crisis. I've been assaulted 3 times. I've had to hold down people for the police. And it's crazy because today we're protesting and you see how many police officers are here, right? But when we're being assaulted on the subway system, where is the police for us? They're nowhere to be found. What does RCC tell you? What does RCC tell you guys? Radio for police en route, right? That's a famous word. Signal for police en route. That is a disgrace.
They never show up.
Right. So our transit employees right now, the subway system is in a state of emergency. We've been saying that at Passengers United. We've been leading the movement. We've been leading everyone. But now we need to take the fight with our state assembly, state senate, Congress people, and city council people. Because obviously the governor, she's intent on doing back searches, which is a disgrace. And it's a disgrace to any NYPD police officer or MTA police officer or National Guard member that you have to do a back search. What the hell is a back search going to do when you're only searching every 10 people? Meanwhile, people are coming in at the other end of the station, jumping the turnstile, fair beating, and they're just coming in the system. And at last night, me and my colleague, we patrolled 5 subway stations. We saw no police to be found. Not one police officer anywhere around. So we need to keep fighting. We need to all work together. Keep putting pressure on the union. And by the way, don't even get me started on Local 100. It's not the workers, it's the management. They're clueless. They don't know what they're doing. That's why we're here today. And then you have other organizations like Riders Alliance saying we don't need police in the subway. That is an absolute embarrassment to anyone. And all these other elected officials, they all write in their cause. And now, the reason why the mayor is really doing this whole thing is because congestion pricing is coming. And guess what? You guys didn't get any benefits. You guys are going to have to pay that $15 fee. So y'all got screwed by the union. And now station agents got screwed because they're being outside the booth, right? Look at that station agent at Wall Street who got assaulted and beaten up. It took 25 minutes for the police to respond to Rockaway Avenue for that poor brother. He could have died. If it wasn't for that doctor on the train, that guy would have been dead. So, subway system is in crisis. I urge all of you to join us in the next few weeks. Let's shut down some elected officials' offices. We might have to get arrested or well leave.
What's your name?
Huh? Oh, sorry. My name is Charlton D'Souza. I'm the president of Passengers United.
How do you spell D'Souza?
In front of me. So I'm the president of Passengers United. The spelling on my name is C as in cat, H as in house, A as in apple, R as in rain, L as in light, T as in cat, O as in orange, N as in navel, and then D'Souza, D as in dog, S as in school, O as in orange, U as in union, Z as in zebra, A as in apple. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Thank you so much.
Is anyone here who's been injured?
Yes.
She's been assaulted.
Yes, I've been assaulted 4 times on the job.
Oh my God.
And an attempted sexual assault.
Could you step up?
And attempted sexual assault. To which transit came and told me that the cameras don't work
Hold
in
on
that
one sec.
station.
Hold on. Please let it
Sorry.
Come over so they can get a better.
We got it. We good.
Name, please.
Sierra. And I've been working for the Transit Authority for 16 years. I've been assaulted 4 times and an attempted sexual assault where when the police showed up, the cameras miraculously don't work in that station. They work perfectly when they catch us going into stations that they think we ain't supposed to be at. But when things happen to us, the cameras do not work. Transit did not attempt to look for that person, and they didn't give me any leave for almost being sexually assaulted on the train.
What do you do for the MTA?
I'm a train conductor.
Okay, so what happened to you those 4 times?
One time I got hit in the head. One time I was pushed. The police caught the guy. The guy said he pushed me by accident, and they let the guy go. They let the guy go. The third time, somebody pushed me again. Nobody caught this person, and the last time I was spit on the A train.
What do you think about the governor proposing that people who assault MTA workers should be banned from the system? She's proposing.
There's no way to do that. There's no way to do that. So it sounds good, but there's no way to. How are we going to ban somebody from coming in the system when you took the people out of the booth? You took the eyes off the doors, but you want to ban people from the subway. How does that make any sense?
Well, she said the last time they had a law similar to this, only 3 people were caught or taken out of the subway system. So she even admitted that there's a flaw with the plan.
They underreport a lot of things because they want to make it seem like we're crazy. We're crazy. No, you guys aren't getting assaulted. Somebody, right after somebody got their neck cut, a conductor just got hit in the face with a bottle. The next day, somebody got hit in the face with a bottle. So at what point do we say enough is enough? This is the point. We're saying enough is enough. They could have killed my friend. They could have killed my coworker. They could have killed him.
When on the train as a conductor, when you walking around the train, what was the sort of people you push?
On the C train, they used to have the equipment where we would have to walk back and forth between the cars. So there wasn't really a place for me to be inside of the train. So I stood outside the doors and walked between the cars, pushed me, and kept going.
What's your last name?
Bromfield.
Can you spell the first and last?
First name is C-I-A-R-A. Last name Bromfield, B-R-O-M-F-I-E-L-D. I'm a train conductor at F1.
Have you seen these like kind of Ballard type things the MTA has tested out? It's
Correct.
That's another joke.
Garbage.
If the people are not listening to us with everything else, why would they listen to no standing written on the ground? Why would they listen to no standing written on the ground? This is the stupidest thing they came up with. That is not going to protect us from anything. And easily, anybody can walk around that.
We have another young woman who's currently being disciplined. Come, step up.
Hi.
Just try to face toward the camera.
Just look at us though.
Yeah, December the 6th, 2023, I just had like a breakdown. I was tired of seeing what the cops are doing and we are becoming the enemies in the booth. And Mr. Demetrius wanted us to step out the booth to be like security guards. That's how that young lady got pumped in her eyes. You're not supposed to be out there. Because if you're assaulting the cops who has guns and mace and what else, we don't have any protection. So I spoke up about it. I just lost my mind. And I just went on Facebook and they saw the video and now they have me like, for lack of a better word, like in a rubber room setting where you're mentally just sitting there, you're getting paid, but you're not doing anything. So the union is saying, be patient, they're going to take care of it, but I'm just tired. I've been there 2 months, I can't do my job because I stood up and I said exactly what was happening.
So you're a booth worker?
I'm a station agent. Looking at TikTok. I just sit there. They look at you, they come in, it's like a mental breakdown. They want you to quit or just to cry because they're not saying anything.
There's another issue about that. According to the rule, if you commit an infraction at work or if you do something that violates the rules, right, they have 30 days to bring charges. She's been there since December. They've passed the time to where they can even charge her. So she should have already been returned back to work.
They don't know what to charge.
There's no...
What was the offense?
The offense was speaking up about being the safety issues of her coming outside
You're not
of the
allowed
booth.
to speak out against the...
No, if you speak out, you see what happens to her. She's put in a room for now 3-4 months.
3 months.
Okay, it's past the time. Now the union has her. She's down there with the union. They have 30 days that they can bring charges against her. They had nothing they can charge her with, so they're supposed to put her back to work. But this is how they abuse us.
Yes.
Okay, to break you, to say that you don't say anything, you don't ever speak up again. And this is how we're going to show you. But there's a division of human rights, and that is retaliation, okay, for speaking up and being a whistleblower.
What station do you work at?
Originally, I was supposed to be at Eastern Parkway, but at the time I was in East New York at Van Cyclin, and it was reckless, you know?
What's your name?
Question real fast. Are you worried about further retaliation?
Definitely. And the union is telling me, be patient.
Any questions? going to speak on behalf of the bus drivers?
It's hard. Let me out. You just waiting to create more problems. It's like annoying.
What are you afraid, brother?
Because we have a right to freedom of speech. I have a right to freedom of press. And I use my authority the way I want.
If I speak,
There are days I'm at work and I have to actually go use the bathroom. And we have a tablet where we tap out to let them know that we're exiting the booth. But I'm not exiting the booth unless a train is coming. Because if I'm out there alone, there are people testing the doors, there are the EDPs walking up and down in the subways. I can't even use the bathroom at my own free will because no one is there to protect me. And they don't care about that.
Who's your boss, Demetrius?
Well, his name is Critchlow. Is it Critchlow? Demetrius Critchlow? I think he's the one who's making the rules, and we're getting emails where if you actually don't be out the booth, they will put you on the side. So we're being threatened.
What's your name?
Angelita Bacchus. Angelita Bacchus.
One more question. Obviously, you're emotional, and this is obviously a stressful situation.
I'm actually doing therapy now just to manage everything. All this will take 10 years.
There's one thing that we didn't cover the bus drivers. So the surface operators, as you know, not too long ago, the surface operators were assaulted. We saw a surface operator get beat in Lower Manhattan. Our bus drivers are not safe either. This is a safe subways, safe buses rally to ensure that the governor understands that we need the police officers to ride the buses again, right? Like they did during COVID, to come to the buses, get on the buses, see what's going on, make sure that everything is okay. So our bus drivers are not safe either, right? And there's another thing that happens a lot of time, but you all don't know about. When a bus operator or a train operator, whoever's getting assaulted, when they defend themselves or fight back against their attacker, a lot of times they're written up for dismissal and a lot of people lose their jobs, right? So we have those issues as well. That they say our force of trying to make it home to our families was excessive, and as a result, they bring them up on charges, and a lot of people are fired. So this is also an issue, the disciplinary tactics that are used to break us when we're just trying to protect ourselves, when they have not given us the safety and security that we need. Our bus operators need to be safe as well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm still here. More time in front of me than I have behind me, so I'm like, I'm on to finish this last 9 years.
All right, no problem.
Oh no, they know I know how to use the right. They know I know how to use it.
Did you get your name spelled for me?
Evangeline, E-V,
Yep.
A-N-G-E,
Yep.
L-I-N-E,
Right.
B-Y-A-R-S.
And what's your job? What's your title?
Bravo 230. Oh, I'm a B train operator.
You train, like conductor?
Train operator.
Oh, train operator. And she was a station agent, Angelina.
She's a station agent.
Angelina, is it possible to just get your contact information? I'm a reporter at 1010 News Radio. You could just put your phone number in there. Thanks.
Okay.
It's a rap.
I'll give you it.
No. I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. We'll be in touch. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
That's for my Uber.
Okay.
Nah. What do we want?
What do we want?
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Safety.
When do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Safety.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Safety.
What do we want?
Safety.
Safety. What do we want? Safety. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. Who moved New York? We moved New York. Who moved New York? We moved New York. Who moved New York? We moved New York. I'm out. I'm moving myself. I love y'all. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Yeah, I'm out. What's New York? So I was coming down to yesterday.
Just wanted to say thank you to all the transit workers who came out. Please follow us on Facebook, Passengers United. We're on Twitter. I was the one who did the video on Robert Kelly saying that, why do you care about station agents? Yep. I wanna. So please follow us on social media. We need your support. Yeah. We're on YouTube, Facebook. It's been an honor being out here with you guys. You guys mean so much to all of us. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Thank you.
But you know what? I also feel instead of they having all those police
Oh.
and all those things that great.
And guys, Tramel Thompson is going to be very happy when he sees this. Let's give a big shout out to Tramel Thompson, even though he's not here. Come on, Tramel.
So it's a wrap? It's a wrap?
I don't know. That's all right. Yeah.
Q32.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you had it. I had it.
Uh-oh.
We had a good conversation.
Again, we're very proud to be with you. Keep the good absolutely necessary, and I'm just appalled with everything that we've been seeing here. So, please, this is just the beginning.
It's a wrap.
Please do not back down, because we will not back down as well.
Is it a wrap? He wants to know. He's a press. I think it's a wrap. Did you want to get an interview from her?
No. I was saying it's a wrap. I gotta bounce.
He's pressed.
It's a wrap. It's over.
Oh yeah.
It's over. All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Those on sale or no?
No, these are no. These aren't for sale. People purchased them already.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
God bless all of you.
Go home, all right?
Brother.
Thank you, Bob. What's up, JQ? What's up, man? Later, bro. All right, I'm done. It's over. I'm gotta go home, but it's been a great time. Nice wrap. Later.